Welcome to the latest edition of Aviation Week TV. I'm Ole Sylvester, and we're here at Soft Week 2026, and we're talking to Alan Gardner from Redwire, all about drone dominance. Alan, let's get right to it. We're talking about drone dominance and how that's reshaping modern conflict. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So drone dominance, for me, drone dominance has been my entire career. I've been doing this for 25 years, and so drone dominance is nothing new. What I think is new maybe is a bit more media attention, but it's mostly about a change in the variety of UAVs. So drone dominance has been at the forefront of warfare for probably at least 20 years, but it's been focused mostly on large, exquisite systems, very advanced, big systems. And now what we're seeing is an interest in a greater variety of systems, medium size, small systems, more customized solutions to different types of warfare on the battlefield. And so drone dominance has been here, it continues to be at the forefront of the battlefield, but it's just looking a little bit different now. And that's what we focus on at Redwire. We have our Penguin series of aircraft, we have our Stalker series of aircraft, and these are smaller in size, but not really small. And what we're seeing there is that there's a few different benefits, and one is cost effectiveness. And so a lot of countries are saying, hey, can I go achieve the same mission effect that I have been achieving for maybe several years, but do so with a smaller footprint, more mobile, and more cost effective. So just for example, today we announced a new contract with a NATO partner, a very large 8-figure contract, because in part they realized, hey, let's go try this class of UAS that is kind of the Goldilocks size of UAS and see if that can accomplish the mission effect that we need to do for the battlefronts that we fight on.
So it sounds like those smaller UAS systems, they have adaptability and flexibility as maybe what's taking them into closing the gap between the smaller ones and the larger UAS systems. Does that sound correct and accurate?
Yeah, and people realize there's a strategic shift to small UAS. What we're seeing is that now going into the future, small UAS are really important, but it's a special class of small UAS to become particularly important, and that is long-range operations. And so the US, its allies, traditionally don't want to fight a World War I style trench warfare, right? Kind of like what we're seeing play out in Ukraine right now, very close proximity, equal kind of forces, equal kind of technology, very low cost fighting in that way. Most of the special operations forces, they don't like to fight fair. And the biggest advantage you can have on the battlefield is long range. If you can reach an enemy at 500 kilometers and they can only touch you at 5, well, you have a supreme unfair advantage. And so having the ability to reach extraordinary ranges is what we focus on. So for example, our Block 40 aircraft, Stalker Block 40, it's our latest and greatest version. We have focused exclusively on making this an incredible long endurance, long range system to provide our forces with the opportunities to conduct operations that really would not have been possible before. I'll give you an example. So if you were to have this aircraft in, let's say, an embassy in Baghdad, you could walk up to the rooftop and in 3 minutes, assemble the aircraft, launch it, fly it anywhere in the country, persist for 4 to 8 hours performing your operation, come back, and then land on that rooftop, gather it, come back inside. You have now conducted persistent, close-range, high-resolution ISR anywhere you want in that country, and you never had to put a foot outside of the embassy walls.
So long range is one thing, but there's certainly more to it than just that, am I right?
You bet there is. Yeah, and so the modern battlefield, what we see is there's a couple of things you have to have. Long range, critical, but there's one thing that doesn't get as much of attention that for all of it, especially our soft customers, is absolutely mission critical, and that is acoustic signature or silent operations. So we have to, on the modern battlefield, we have to be able to go long range, but maintain our stealth profile, be able to perform the missions quietly. Now, historically, the only way you could do that was with electric power batteries. Because if you have an internal combustion engine, it's very loud, they can hear you coming, and it kind of destroys the mission. So to remain stealthy, you have to be quiet, all electric. And that is the one technology that we have at Redwire that is unique in the industry. We have a solid oxide fuel cell that can take regular propane that you get from your barbecue, and we can now fly an aircraft completely silent, completely all electric on propane, and we can get 3 to 4 times the endurance than you can with a battery. That means 3 to 4 times the range. This is what allows us to launch from a rooftop of an embassy, fly anywhere in the country, and maintain silence the whole time.
That's fascinating. Long range in a very small package, and that's what you guys are delivering. That's amazing. Thanks for unpacking all of that with me, Alan. Really fascinating stuff. Thank you.